Come on, Ducati, you couldn't have done one piece of carbon fiber on this bike for the extra amount that you're charging? So a few people have asked me, with all the mods that you've done on your bike, new steering damper, new front forks, new rear shock, new lightweight wheels, why didn't you just get a V4S? Now that is an excellent question, because at least in Southern California, I have heard that the V4Ss outsell the base V4s by about 3-1. So obviously a lot of people like that upgrade, but I decided to go with the base V4, and let me tell you why. The main reason is that there's a big price difference between the V4 and the V4S, and so if you're going to be paying all that extra money, you better love everything you're getting. In 2022, when I bought my bike, the price difference was $6,700. Now, I happen to live on Earth 1, and on Earth 1, $6,700 is a lot of money. So if Ducati's going to charge me that much extra for something, I'd better feel like it's worth it. And in case you're curious, in 2025, the difference has gone up to $7,900. But for $6,700, you could get a whole new second motorcycle for that. Not to mention what you could get used. Or maybe, for some strange reason, you don't want another motorcycle. If you're an American, for that amount of money, you could fly to Europe, get a VIP ticket to Mugello, snap some selfies with Fabio, stay in Europe for a week, get another VIP ticket to Assen, snap some selfies with Pecco, come back to the US, and still have enough left over for a new exhaust or some custom wheels. So again, that upcharge better be worth it because you could do a lot for that price difference. So let's talk about what you get for that extra money between a V4 and a V4S. The engine, ECU, and exhaust are the same between the two models, so there's no difference in power. You get a slightly different V4S paint scheme. Now, this is subjective, but I happen to think that the base V4 actually looks better. For the V4S, the front fender is giving you the illusion of carbon fiber, but it's actually just black plastic instead of red plastic. Come on, Ducati, you couldn't have done one piece of carbon fiber on this bike for the extra amount that you're charging? Bruh. And you have that funky red and black seat, which I'm not a huge fan of. So to me, the base V4 looks better. But again, subjective. You get a lightweight lithium battery, which is good. I do like that part. You do get a set of lightweight Marchesini forged aluminum wheels. But like I mentioned in my last video, I don't really love the look of those wheels. So for me, they didn't add a lot of value. I'd rather buy a different set of aftermarket wheels that I do love the look of. And really, the major difference is that you get Öhlins, aka Öhlins, electronic suspension. This allows you to quickly adjust your suspension settings from the switchgear and the dash instead of getting out tools. And it's perfect if you're either a track day junkie or you're the kind of rider who commutes on a Monday, does a track day on a Tuesday, takes a passenger on Wednesday, goes on a bumpy road on Thursday, and does a road trip on Friday. But I suspect there are probably not a lot of riders out there like that. I talked to a few V4S owners before I bought my bike, and none of them changed their suspension after they got the bike set up the first time. And a couple of those V4S owners told me that they thought electronic suspension was a bit of a gimmick. So it seems cool in theory, being able to switch your suspension with a touch of a button. It just seems like not a lot of people actually use it in reality. So from this list of differences, the only one I really wanted was the lightweight battery. And you can get that aftermarket for $200. So when it came time to actually order the bike, it just didn't make any sense to spend all that extra money on mods that Ducati wanted me to have that I didn't really like all that much. So I had a crazy idea. How about instead, I put that extra money towards mods that I want to have? And that brings us to where we are today. I've got a slightly modded base V4 that I like way more than if I had just bought a V4S. So we're almost done with our mods, and it's almost time to go to paint. So stay tuned if you want to see how this bike ends up, and hopefully I will catch you in the next one.